Hello everyone, I just wanted to do a real quick video on a Brooklyn Kayak 12-foot pedal kayak. I haven't seen very many videos out there, so I figured I'd do a quick video on some of the upgrades and some of the things that I did and some of the things I like with the Brooklyn. It's not an expensive kayak. It's definitely not your Hobie or your Old Town Sportsman $4,000 or $5,000 kayaks. It's about a $1,300 pedal drive kayak, which works pretty good on the water for the price. Sometimes you just can't afford to buy the expensive ones, so you just get stuff that's inside your price range. So I'm going to go over a few different things that are good about the kayak and some of the upgrades that I made about it. Overall, like I say, for $1,300 kayak, it gets me on the water. It does what I need to do. It's nothing too crazy to handle by yourself. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and take a look at the stuff that's on the kayak. So overall, this is a good image of the whole entire kayak. Like I said, I've made a few upgrades to the kayak and added a few accessories to it. Nothing too crazy, just enough stuff to get me out onto the water. One of the first things I noticed about the entire thing is that the steering system right here didn't really steer very well. Now they offer a aluminum rudder. I think it was like $115 or something along them lines, but I just went ahead and took the existing rudder that was on here and did a little upgrade fabrication on it with 4 bolts, some really good epoxy, cut out a piece of hard plastic and cut it out real well. I don't know if you can see that. Cut it out to go in between the little splines there, and just extended it out to about the exact same length as the upgraded aluminum, which made the entire thing steer a whole lot better, That was the first thing I did to it. The next thing I done was add a small fish finder, nothing too crazy. It's just a Humminbird Piranha 4DI. It gets the job done. I can see the trees, I can see the depth, I can see the temperature. That's really all I need. I'm a sight fisherman anyway, so I usually fish docks, stuff like that, but that does give me some extra added stuff to see at the trees or nearby the docks. Didn't really do a whole lot with this. This just has a Scotty transducer mount here that I added to the side of it into the rail. It's got a few different rails on this. Just added the Scotty transducer. When I get in the water, I just set that down in there and boom, it's got another additional spot right here where you can put a Scotty fishing rod holder, but I added a little bit something different. Usually leave my net lay across there whenever I'm fishing. Easy access to grab. Front compartment does have a little bag in it. It's not a waterproof bag or nothing along them lines, but it's still good to store stuff in. This is where I ended up putting my battery. I guess you can't see that very well. I really need a flashlight. Grab one real quick. Every drawer that I go through. I just added a little box down there and put the battery in it. It isn't nothing but a 10 ohm, 12 volt, a 7 amp hour, 12 volt battery. Nothing crazy for the Humminbird fish finder. You don't really need it. There's a lot of extra storage room down inside there that you could put stuff. I don't really have a whole lot of stuff to put down in there, so I really just don't even really worry about it too much. It does lock up and it seals pretty good. No problems there. On the other side over here, I added a rod holder. I found that most of the time when I do catch a fish, I don't have any place to do it, so I got this Railzilla. I put it right here. I've yet to go out on the water with it to see if it's in the right position for me. I think I might want it a little bit back. Right now it doesn't hit the pedals, which is all that matters to me, but I might have to end up mounting it a little bit further back and getting it closer to me. Once again, there's my net. Underneath here, there's plenty of room down here for storage and that type of thing underneath the bottom. I use it somewhat for you know, my rubber worms and some of the stuff that I'm going to be using for that day. I put stuff in a red Milwaukee bag that I have there. But there's still plenty of stuff underneath there. I added a piece of carpet on there to dampen some of the sound that's there. My catch board slides right underneath the seat. Got a lanyard hooked to that. In the back behind here, there's a spot for more of my tackle that I use. I usually put the ones that I'm going to use for that particular trip right there, and then I usually have my bag back here that I have for other fishing stuff that I had, line, etc, that type of thing. It's got another little storage container here. Right now I just have a dry bag in there, but it does have a plug in it, so sometimes I do just go ahead and fill it up with ice and put my drinks back there, my sandwiches back there, and that's just a good little spot for a cooler and you know, that type of thing. For the most part, it's pretty nice, easy to get to, that type of deal. Added a little up on the top here, there was a screw-in area. I added a little thing to add my phone up there. It already had that on it, so that was pretty nifty. In this centerpiece right here, this comes up. This comes up, and then you can actually just tilt your entire, unlock it right here, tilt your entire thing up and out of here. When you get into low water conditions, I tip it up and out of there, and then I'll just have all that so I can get up onto land when I need to. Works pretty good. It's not very heavy. It works good. I've not had a problem out of this drive whatsoever. It has done the job. It moves me really well on the water. Only thing I got to say about it is these clips that they got. They're not very good clips. I really wish they had something better. I might have to come up with something myself and build something a little bit better. But overall, this thing is hard cased. Everything's hard cased. The pedals are plastic, but everything's made of metal. It's really good quality in my opinion. This is the cup holder. I went ahead and added some magnets to the bottom of it in the little bitty tray right there. So whenever I have it in here and I put my fishing lures and stuff in there, they stay magnetically connected. I ain't got to worry about them coming out. In the back here, it had 2 slots for fishing rod holders. 2 rods just wasn't enough for me, so I made this out of PVC. Right now I got 4 on it, but I'm going to be adding 2 more onto it, so I got a total of 6 rods. I didn't like them sitting straight up and down because when I fish, I tended to hit them a lot. So I put them at an angle. I didn't put any rubber cement on them. I can angle them whatever I want to. They're pretty snug already, so I didn't have to worry about that. So I made that. That didn't cost very much. Real simple thing to use. They want a lot of money for a lot of this stuff online. I just don't feel like paying for stuff when I can just build it myself. So I ended up building that, which, like I say, it's not a bad job. And like I say, I'm going to add 2 more of the connectors to it, which is just enough space to add 6 of them total on this one, which will give me plenty. And then I'll have my 7th rod up there, which is good, because then I can have every single thing that I want. The steering back here was a little wonky. I'm going to do an upgrade on that eventually. This is the steering area right here. It connects to the propeller down there, or the rudder down there. And it's not very good, to be honest with you. They have other setups that you can buy online. They're through different companies to change this whole thing up, which gives it more. I ended up having to use some super glue and bringing the cables back around through the nut and washer that they had on it, because it would come apart in a bad time, so you couldn't steer the thing. So you don't want that to happen when you're out in the water or unloading your boat after you just got there. None of that. So I'm gonna have to upgrade that eventually. But like I say, the upgrade kit that you can buy on like eBay, it's about $125. It's well worth it. You ain't gotta worry about it after that. So that is gonna be my next upgrade. The paddle that comes with it, it's just your standard paddle. There's nothing fancy about this paddle. They do have a lot of different paddles out there on the market, and maybe one day I might need one. But for now, just to get me off the dock and out of certain places, it works for what it needs to work for. Decent enough as is. Overall, it does have the strings on the side of it for like an anchor trolley. I have an anchor in the boat. It's a small one. I don't use it very often. But you always could put the anchor trolley on there. It wouldn't be a hard setup to do. I did get the anchor, like I said, it's a Yak Gear thing, and they do have the Yak Gear kit for $34 for the anchor trolley, which ain't too bad in my opinion. So I might end up getting it in the long run, but for right now, for this season, this is going to be all I need to do to get out on the water and fish. Other than that, I think that's about it. It's a Brooklyn kayak. It's about $1,400. It's sturdy. I can stand up on it and fish. I've stand up on it and fished quite often. I'm not a very big person. I weigh about 170 pounds. So it feels pretty sturdy. It does have some spots back here where you could put all the way across here where it does allow for the outriggers to go on there. I've thought about doing something similar to that, but for now I don't need to. But they do sell the kits online. If I do get one, I'll put it on there, but they're kind of wide. I don't really want anything wide on the boat. But overall, that's the Brooklyn Kayak 12-foot pedal drive. They also have the this comes out, and you could put the electric motor that they sell, which is something that I plan on buying. $299.99 on sale for the electric trolling motor that goes in it, which for those fun fishing trips, you know, not tournament kayak bass fishing, those are nice to have. So you can get into areas that you wouldn't normally be able to get without the effort. So I'm definitely going to upgrade to that and have that as an option, because kayak fishing tournaments, sometimes they're electric ones and sometimes they're pedal ones. So the good thing about this one is I went with the one with the pedal drive on it, because the pedal drive was actually $100 more than the electric motor version. But if you was to try to buy the pedal drive itself, the difference in cost was almost $300. So buy this pedal drive was like $5 something, but to buy the electric motor was $299.99. So I was like, well, for an extra $100, I might as well get the pedal drive now, and then later on just go ahead and get that. Save me a little bit of money, but still in the long run, most of the tournaments that I fish are gonna be pedal drive tournaments. So, but I just wanted to give an overview of the Brooklyn Kayak. Like I say, it's a good kayak. It's sturdy. It's not heavy. You can load it yourself. I even made some sawhorses and made them myself and put rollers on them, so I can just roll it right into the back of my truck. I have a pretty small truck, but I can roll it into the back of my truck, not a problem. And then it sits here where I can work on it also. So I thought that was a pretty good idea with the rollers on them. It rolls really well. So overall, easy boat to handle, easy boat to get in and out. Overall, for the price, it's a pretty good kayak. Thanks for watching, and like and subscribe.